Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Kurhak Radash. All praises, honor, glory, love, respect, faith, and power, and trust, and all credit to my Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and my Heavenly Big Brother, Yahweh Shah. Thank you so much for what you've done, what you're doing, and what you're going to do. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of GMS, Great Millstone, who I learned from, and all the men scattered all over the world, teaching this truth and none but the truth in the name, spirit, and the power of Yahweh Bashim Shah. Trying to put a spiritual bug in you Hebrew Israelites' ears, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and you speckled birds. And what is a speckled bird? That'd be a Hebrew Israelite that look like some of the heathen nations, like, for example, a Hebrew Israelite look like a so-called white person, so-called Chinese person, etc., etc. Got some videos lined up about the plagues of the Lord. Just quick update. Just letting you know the Lord ain't quit it. He ain't acquitting the wicked on this earth. Nope. Anyway, I'm going to play these videos. I'm going to get into the scripture my best ability. Say whatever God say through spirit and power. Yahweh Shema Shah, the Holy Spirit, the Kurhak Kadash. Lord willing be on me. Let's get it.
El Nino is powering up in the Pacific, and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration now predicts an 81% chance El Nino will become very strong by fall. NOAA believes it will rank among the most intense El Ninos ever tracked. In rival what happened in 1997, when 23,000 people died in weather disasters that cost global governments billions. El Nino's biggest impacts include droughts, downpours, heat waves. It could raise the odds of dramatic new climate records over the next year.
Fox 11 Weather is sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino.
And one of the most likely impacts for our area will be more so once the upcoming winter arrives. We tend to get wetter than normal conditions during El Nino, and that could be amplified even more during a potentially super or strong El Nino. That's a live view at LAX, where we've seen right along the coast some stubborn clouds this afternoon, but just a few miles inland, it's sunny and even farther inland.
Okay, I wasn't expecting this video. They about to start showing radars. Oh, yeah, I don't want to see no fucking radar. Let me see if there's anybody else talking about El Nino coming stronger and such. What stands out from latest Pentagon FBI files? Oh, psh, please. Smells like poo. What is that? Issues million heads of bacteria. Oh, yeah, let me get that video. Yeah, I'm just all over the place right at the moment, but I'll just... Monsoon meltdown. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of videos in here. Landslides. Yeah, they talking about that landslide with the all that rain, the tsunamis. But damn, let me see if I can find something about the El Nino. More videos about El Mimo, El Camino, whatever you fucking call it. How you pronounce it? I don't know. I can't remember. They talking about it's a super El Nino. That's a month ago. At this time, I should just go ahead and just stop the video or either pause it, so I don't use so much time playing. Oh, here we go. Meteorologists watch developing El Nino in the Pacific Island, or Pacific, not the island. Let's play that.
While summer is in full swing, meteorologists are already looking ahead to the upcoming winter. A developing El Nino is warming sea surface temperatures in the eastern Pacific Ocean. Now, even though it's happening thousands of miles away, that warming can influence weather patterns across North America and around the world. The strongest impacts from El Nino are typically felt during the late fall and winter months, but every event is different. So we asked meteorologists with the National Weather Service in Pittsburgh what has their attention about this developing pattern.
El Nino in particular may be one of the strongest of all time. At least it looks, at least a high chance right now that we'll be in the top 10 strongest El Ninos that we have seen, although the jury is still out as to whether this will be the strongest El Nino that we see. Particularly with how far out we are, there's still a little bit more that we can predict.
Milcaric also stated El Nino winters in the Ohio Valley typically bring below average snowfall and drier conditions. Temperatures are more difficult to predict, but many recent El Nino winters have also leaned warmer than average.
Yeah, let's see this one.
This past winter was an extraordinarily dry one in the western part of the country. A lack of snowpack that normally feeds the Colorado River has only deepened the impact of a wider drought out west, which affects tens of millions of people in 7 states and Mexico. And this spring and summer, that drought, made worse by climate change, is taking a big bite out of
worse by Yahweh Shema Shah, Nick.
farmers' plans in Colorado. Our science correspondent, Miles O'Brien, has this report for our series, Tipping Point.
You!
Miles.
Thanks for meeting us. I met cattle rancher Hugh Sandberg at the gates to his property in Delta County, western Colorado. With Diva, the diligent dog, riding shotgun, he drove me up a hill to survey his pastures. The scenery here is as rare as the rain, only about 12 inches a year. And the brown patch tells the story.
We won't have enough to feed all the cows we have without either buying some hay or selling some cows.
He'd rather not go into debt at this stage of his life, so he is now counting cows, seeing which ones he will cull. Ranchers and farmers here depend on a century-old labyrinth of creeks, ditches, and diversions to keep their fields green. This year, he's receiving only half the water he normally counts on, even though his water rights date back to 1896, placing him near the top of Colorado's seniority system.
So you have senior rights, but in the face of whatever's going on with the weather, it doesn't add up to much, does it?
Well, you've got to have water in the stream to make water to come down the ditches, and unfortunately we don't have water in the streams this year.
These are the headwaters of the Colorado River. The water in these streams starts as snow high in the mountains that surround the valley. But this year, nature came up short. A drier, warmer winter was followed by an exceptionally hot March, triggering an early melt. By May, about 70% of the snowpack had already disappeared.
Our biggest reservoir in Colorado is the snowpack. This year was shocking.
Jason Ullman is the state engineer. He is responsible for managing one of Colorado's most precious resources, water. He took me on a tour of the Uncompahgre River Valley, a tributary of the Colorado.
How would you characterize that river relative to other springs?
So we would expect there to be hundreds of cubic feet per second here. This is approximately 4 CFS, so very low for this time of year.
The stream flow's dwindling. Ullman and his team face an unenviable task, shutting off water deliveries to the valley's 85,000 acres of irrigated farmland based on seniority. Not far from Hugh Sandberg's ranch, Chan Fogg tends a 60-acre orchard, nearly 30,000 apple, pear, and peach trees.
Everything that we do, we have to have snowpack. And without snowpack, we have a drought. Instead of bins of apples this year, we'll have pounds of apples.
He says it takes about 30 inches of water to produce a healthy, profitable crop. 20 inches is the bare minimum just to keep the trees alive.
We don't have a choice of not irrigating, because if you don't irrigate, the trees die and you've lost your lifetime investment.
So this is all apples?
This is peaches on this side and apples over here.
Chan Fogg has worked hard to get by with less water. He showed me his ingenious system.
This is the ditch that supplies our water, Child's Ditch, and it comes in here.
Water travels through a buried pipe to a pump system that Isaac Newton would appreciate. Gravity does all the work.
This gauge over here is a flow meter, and it shows that we're using 168 gallons a minute right now.
The pumps feed a micro sprinkler.
Anyway, this shit here, everything's drying up. I ain't getting into all this complicated shit. Trying to look for some more videos to add in on these plagues that the Lord bringing. Because usually it seems like I've been reporting the same stuff. There's a lot of videos, but I'm going to try to get through it real fast, but still get to the scriptures my best ability. Alright, let's move on. I'm trying to find some pestilence videos, some with pestilence. But, it's the same old, talking about some damn, what is that shit called? The what's that that's in over there in Congo? The what's that shit they keep calling it? The fuck Ebola. I'm just like, okay, I'm about tired of talking about that shit. Even though, I mean, I don't know what's going on. What's taking so long? Why this shit ain't spreading all over the world? I don't know. Anyway, next video. And somebody be like, why would you want viruses spread around? Because I want to, motherfucker. Shit.
I will become the nightmare of this.
Look at his motherfucking shit. Some goddamn dominatrix demon.
After Idaho's snowless winter, water levels here at Magic Reservoir have reached the drain plug, literally. I'm your neighborhood reporter, Joey Martin, here at the base of Magic Reservoir Dam, where water levels have gotten so low that the canal company has turned off the water. And Idaho Fish and Game is asking Idaho anglers to help salvage fish downstream.
It's horrible, man. Horrible. For Jerome neighbor David McClure, Magic Reservoir has been his go-to spot for some quality camping and fishing. But over the years, he's noticed the water levels getting lower and lower.
We camped 4 or 5 years ago on Myrtle Point, and we walked about 10 feet off the road, and we were in the water. Now we're about a mile from Myrtle Point. Yeah, it's bad.
And David is not alone. Twin Falls neighbor John Jund has been coming to Magic for decades. He says he hasn't seen anything like this in over 40 years.
I've never seen the reservoir this low since probably the mid-'80s.
According to data from the Big Wood Canal Company, who owns and operates Magic Dam, the reservoir sits at only 7.6% full, and as of Sunday, July 5th, water through the dam has been reduced to only 100 CFS, with complete turnoff planned for July 8th. And with no water coming through, that means the Big Wood River downstream is going to dry up, and Fish and Game needs Idaho anglers to humanely salvage as many fish as possible. From now until October 1st, bag and possession limits have been removed on portions of the Big Wood River below the dam, approximately a mile downstream of the dam, extending to the State Highway 75 bridge. For John, the salvage order was not a surprise.
Well, that's better than letting them die, I guess, because they won't live below there without water.
Fish and Game says the salvage order does not include the water behind the dam, but David says he's okay with that.
I mean, there's still a lot of fish out there because you talked to that one guy, he said he's caught 17. And we've caught about 5.
Fish and Game says you can use any method to catch those fish, except firearms, explosives, chemical.
That's Esau for you. Yeah, he'll shoot the motherfuckers. He'll blow them up. Damn right. They'll poison the fish just to catch fish. These niggas still doing that shit.
Or an electrical current.
Or electrify them, yeah. God damn. And you know what? In them days when people get real desperate, hopefully the water don't be dried up and then the fish be gone, they'll probably go ahead and shoot them or blow them up or daggone electrify the fish. Damn right. Because they ain't got time to be doing that fishing shit with the reel and the rod and we're doing all taking time. They ain't got time for that shit. These motherfuckers are hungry.
Reporting from the base of Magic Reservoir Dam. I'm your neighbor.
Yeah, but this water here, I've been looking for some old videos. I've been a little distracted on what they're talking about. But yeah, man, this water is critical, especially when you use it for agriculture. Here's a video. I don't know what is this talking about. I know it's talking about something about food, but it's in Australia. But let's get it. Oh, before I go any further on, I forgot to read scripture. I'm running too fast. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 38. A drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up, for it is the land of graven images, and they are mad upon their idols. Yeah, this is about America going through droughts, and it's jacking these people up from when it comes to agriculture to whatever the need of water. If it's a drought due to the lack of rain or either data centers, whatever, man, the Lord is bringing it. Yeah, bringing it to the whole world, not just America, Babylon the Great. Yep. Let's see what this is about.
Tonight, a warning from an outgoing leader in the farming sector. Australia's food security is not what it once was. Producers are facing a triple threat from diesel prices, fertiliser shortages and dry weather, with fears we'll pay for it at the supermarket.
Xavier Martin grows wheat for pasta and mung beans on the Liverpool Plains. His 4-year term as president of the New South Wales Farmers Association is ending soon. Tonight, he reveals to Seven's podcast The Issue his long-term warning for the nation's consumers.
Imagine if we were short on food, and that's the way we're heading.
Fresh strikes between the US and Iran. A ceasefire in tatters, leaving Australian farmers in the lurch on the supply and price of fertiliser and fuel through the Strait of Hormuz.
They're getting mixed messages almost twice a day on what might happen next.
Complicating things, El Nino, a hotter, drier winter and spring is forecast.
I'm not saying to you today that we're going to be having a famine in Australia, but we have potential for areas to be disrupted.
A triple whammy of threats leading to this grim forecast from the Agriculture Department. This financial year, production values to fall by 5%, exports to drop by 9%, livestock and crop producers to be hit hardest.
We'll see the average farmer make a loss of $16,000 on their farm.
Retired Colonel Neil Greet says food production must be considered a matter of national security.
We need to be better at preparing
potatoes
for some of these things.
Labor is part funding Australian-made electric trucks. Neil Greet also wants more biofuel production from sugarcane.
The government is working on a national food security strategy, promising to consult farmers, but those on the land say it can't come soon enough.
Many farmers will have to make a tough choice between cutting back on the needs of themselves and their families, or in a worst case scenario, even winding up their business.
Businesses that feed the nation. Josh Martin, 7 News.
Yep. You know what? I'm going to save this video for another video related to food, or just a reminder, because I got a bunch of videos of talking about food and famine, and most of it's in America, but just it's anything you can. I don't want to just speak about the whole problems that's going on in America at times. Sometimes I don't. I want to talk about what's going on all over, because you got Israelites scattered all over the world. Farmers gain access to critical equipment repairs. Shit, I'm having a problem with my John Deere my John Deere riding mower Z-Track. It's not a farming equipment, but this amazes me. They talking about farmers gain access to critical. Yeah, now they've gained access, or they're not gaining access to their John Deere shit. Cause John Deere be acting like an asshole when it comes to the equipment, especially that farming equipment. But hell, the problem I have with my push mower, riding mower, the Z-Track, is that the stator, it's like an alternator for a riding mower. The bitch going out, and the mower's only like 10 years old. I'm like, it's fucking amazing, bro. I mean, I would expect it like 20, 30-year-old the stator will go bad. But I'm like, hell, I got lawnmowers that's 30 years old and the stator's still good. It's like sit between the fire wheel or somewhere near the fire wheel. And I'm like, shit, I ain't even gonna try to, I'm not even gonna try to get that shit fixed myself. Fuck no, I ain't doing all that. I don't even want to take it to the shop. I be like, hell, I just want this shit to come to an end, bro. I'm about tired of all this bullshit. And I know when it comes to being in the truth and you're a believer of the Lord, you're going to start feeling them, you're going to have a lot of downs. You might have some ups, but you're going to have a lot of downs when you're in the truth. Shit. Let's get to the next video. Which one was the next one? Because I just moved that one video out the way. Oh, but hold on, let me get a scripture. Ezekiel chapter 5, verse 16. When I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which shall be for their destruction, and which I will destroy you, and I will increase the famine upon you, and will break your staff of bread. Oh man, I got burnt. No, I don't. False alarm. But yeah, man, from heat waves, whatever's affecting the food, heat waves, lack of water, the fertilizer, no fertilizer, and even hell, farming equipment. But I ain't gonna talk about the farming equipment. I'm gonna say that for another video. It's going down. The Lord is breaking the staff of bread. Let's get to the next one. They talk about these wildfires in Spain.
We exposed abuse and sex trafficking in Georgia.
Oh, shut up, nigga.
Ahora tenemos el 70.
Que tengamos la galleta, ¿vienes con más mangueras?
Toma, dale la punta ahora ahí, que hago otra galleta.
Harbor Freight Tools are working hard in Nico's one-man shop in Illinois. He demands affordable tools that...
Another corner of the world on fire, this time in southeast Spain. Rescue agencies struggling to put out the blaze. By Friday morning, at least 11 bodies were discovered. 4 of the dead were found in the charred remains of their vehicle, say local authorities. Others apparently died on foot, trying to escape the path of the flames. It may be the escape routes weren't suitable, said the regional emergencies minister Antonio Sanz, a trap or a path from which there was practically no way out. Most of those killed are thought to be foreign nationals. DNA testing will be needed for identification. Officials say the fire may have been sparked by a downed power line connecting.
Like, sparked by lasers.
With dry brush.
Just a paid off, a small hatter. a small header with a gas tank and some lighter fluid and you know.
Spain, like other parts of Europe,
Goddamn a rat wearing a small hat that's a pyrotechnic, whatever the fuck, one of pyro nuts.
has been experiencing
Oh shit, just got a job of taking people land.
a severe heat wave with temperatures regularly topping 30 degrees Celsius. Authorities began evacuating areas in Andalusia's Almeria province on Thursday. The situation is terrifying, said Francisco Reyes, the mayor of Los Gallardos village, because there's a lot of wind. The fire started and spread very quickly, he said. On Friday, Jose Antonio Flores watched from a distance as firefighters battled flames near the village where he once had 600 orange trees. It rips your soul out, he said. This is what you're left with. Homeowners say shifting winds are feeding the fires, including Madeline from Britain.
Damn plague me shot of Esau. Yeah, a lot of people in Spain. You're gonna have Jay, but don't get it twisted now. I was just thinking to myself, just because they got Spaniard names. Don't you Northern Kingdom niggas, you Latinos think you one of them people. No. It's the same with blacks. Just because you got, like, say, a last name like Williams, Roberts, Jefferson, those Edomite names, last names. Shit, basically they gave you their names. And we don't know what our Hebrew names are. Same way with you Latinos. You niggas thinking y'all one of them people. No, the hell you ain't. You just like us, same situation. We got their names, their last names. We speaking their language. We're copied. We been taught their ways and to worship their gods, their idols, and they follow their religious, or not religious. What do you call it? Unholy days and shit. You know, all that dumb shit. Being a damn pagan or being a damn heathen. Yeah. Anyway, I just want to throw that out there. But yeah, the Lord's plaguing these damn niggas. We're gonna have Israelites that gonna look like her monkey ass, but
family live down there and they
Lord is still plaguing these niggas.
had to leave their house, so it's quite scary.
Authorities say they expect a difficult summer not just in southern Spain, but across the country and the rest of Europe. Margaret Evans, CBC News, London.
As Margaret mentioned, Western...
Yeah, I shouldn't have kept it playing.
Clear the way!
Oh, wait a minute. What the hell is this? They showing... I got burnt. Let me go back. I had to move some stuff around.
A deadly wildfire disaster is unfolding across
That video I was just playing is showing, like, it started off showing rain and floods and such, and I'm like, it's one of those videos just showing like random sorts of disasters instead of just talking about one topic. It's talking about many things.
Southern Europe. Southern Europe is facing one of its most...
But the topic says Spain engulfed in fires. But I thought I was expecting to see no more shit that's on fire, but I'm seeing water with floods, which makes no sense, but whatever.
Dangerous wildfire emergencies in years, with multiple countries battling large blazes fueled by extreme heat, strong winds, and exceptionally dry vegetation. Hundreds of firefighters remain deployed across Spain, France, and Portugal, where thousands of hectares of forests and natural land have already burned. Authorities say this year's fire season has arrived earlier than usual, following weeks of record-breaking temperatures across Europe. The worst tragedy has unfolded in Los Gallardos in Spain's Almeria province. There, a fast-moving wildfire has killed at least 12 people, while 23 others remain missing, making it one of Spain's deadliest wildfires in recent history. Emergency officials say most of the victims died while attempting to flee the flames. According to Antonio Sanz, head of emergencies in Spain's Andalusia region, residents had been instructed to shelter in place, but several instead tried escaping by car as the fire spread rapidly through wooded terrain. Many became trapped as roads turned into deadly escape routes, with flames overtaking vehicles within minutes. Most of those killed are believed to have been foreign nationals living in or visiting the region.
Wait a fucking minute. What kind of shit? Now wait a minute, bro. What the flames did this to wheels? Alloy wheels? It can't be hot. And look, the shit is broken up in pieces. It's just like what happened in America with the Paris, what that place called? Paradise? And Hawaii? Look at this shit. Yeah, I'm just like, wait a minute, bro. No, fire ain't that hot enough to break this shit. Unless it's some cheap fucking wheels. If they were that cheap, they wouldn't even, I mean, they wouldn't be worth driving on. Just normal goddamn conditions. But, come on, bro. Come on, bro. This shit is, I see the plastic is gone, the rubber is melted, but the part of the wheels are broken up. Oh my, come on, bro. They laser that motherfucker. Something. I'm just saying.
Throughout Friday night and into Saturday, firefighters from Spain's military emergency unit, UME, worked alongside regional emergency services.
Goddamn, some little brush fire cause the metal of the wheel to chip off like that. I mean, even if it's aluminum alloy, that shit needs a lot of heat to melt, a melting point. A point where it's going, no, bro. Little brush fire, weeds burning, ain't gonna, tumbleweeds burning, ain't gonna cause the wheels to break like that.
This is to contain the blaze around Los Gallardos. Aircraft, helicopters, and hundreds of emergency personnel have been deployed as authorities continue searching for missing people and trying to prevent the fire from spreading further.
It was sort of all around us, not in front of us, but all around the flames. It was so quick, it happened so quick.
Physically, I am fine. Health-wise, I am fine. I cannot complain, of course, but emotionally, I am a wreck because I...
Oh, there was a video. I don't know what happened to it. I think I saved it. I swear I saved it. It's showing Edomites getting burnt up. Oh, here we go. I didn't know. I forgot about that. Because I'm looking at this Joker right here. And he got something on his neck, like a patch or a band-aid on his neck. He probably something to do with cancer. Or, yeah, something to do with some melanoma or something. I'm going to play this video. I will play it. Anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and play it. And it says whites calling. First off, they're not white, they're red. For black people, and first off, we're not black, we're brown. It's all psychological. White, black, the evil people calling the good people evil by calling them black. The evil people, they call themselves wholesome by saying white, because, you know, wholesome, I mean, white means wholesome, innocent, which they never shown that. But let's not get it twisted, because you're going to have some of the righteous that going to look like those people. Look like so-called white people. They can be Israelites. But whatever. Anyway, after deadly heat wave, what's that? I can't even pronounce that word. Anyway, let's play the video. Devastates. Damn, I'm losing my memory. Devastates Europe. Is this God's wrath of them? Yes, it is. Of course it is. It's Yahweh's wrath. Yahweh and Yahushah's wrath getting back at the enemies. Yeah, and he's not going to acquit these niggas. Especially 2/3 of Israel. But mainly these heathens.
Okay, it's not a secret that white people, we were not meant for the fun. We literally have no melanin in our skin, and melanin is what protects people from the sun.
Melanin is worth $511 a gram.
And yes, and that's another thing. They make money off of melanin. They put it in tech because it's a good conductor. Yeah, there'll be a lot of people missing too. Yeah, there'll be a lot of people dang on getting shot up by police too. Anyway. They get that melanin. I don't know what the procedure is, and then they make money off of melanin shots for people who don't have melanin. And man, whatever, man, it's crazy.
Damn, that's 10 times more than gold. Look at this.
How is that possible?
The demand for melanin has increased dramatically since Young's report. The military and other corporate entities have
now 500 per gram. Wow.
Big plans for melanin technologies, and melanated humans are the most potent source. Other reports show that melanated people are supposed to carry like $40 million worth of melanin in their body.
That's according to Esau, bitch ass. Fuck that, man. We gotta get the fuck out of here. That's according to Esau ass. But see, they'll go after you Israelites though. They ain't gonna go after them other motherfuckers. I don't know if there's a difference. Our melanin is different from their melanin. I don't believe all that shit. But we are different people, bloodline and spiritually. We are different people from these other heathens that have melanin. like Ham, the African booty scratcher. Y'all can't get them niggas and snatch them up.
Welcome once again to the channel. I hope you're watching.
And the dude here sound like I'm pretty sure he a Jake.
You're having a great time. Now, for once, white people are accepting that blacks are superior than them. Many times they've been.
And one thing I need to do, throw this right here out. Yep, I ain't making no money off the video. I'm just showing you. They talking about these heat waves and all this stuff, and these Edomites are getting fucked up. First off, and then they're not white, they're red, and they're Edomites. They're getting fucked up by the sun. And all these other stuff.
Told the lies that white people are genetically superior or even mentally and academically superior in terms of their IQ. But right
what is our lie IQ?
Now, a natural calamity in Europe has proved them wrong.
They say they got high IQ. I'm like, nigga, you got lie IQ. How the fuck you got so much high IQ when y'all niggas them destroying the earth that you live on?
And many of them are starting to say that they wish they were blacks. The heat wave
brown
that swept across Europe has become a challenge that has affected many people. We are seeing that close to 20,000 deaths have been reported for heat-related conditions that come from the surge in temperatures that was very much unbearable for many Europeans. And therefore, you find that among those who died in this list, majority of them are white people. Of course, there are some black people who are also
yeah. Well, that's the funny thing. We're not black, no matter shade you are.
Subjected to those kind of challenges, but
yeah, I'm light skinned, but I'm having some issues. Well, no, I don't have any issues, not right now. But my skin tone changes up. I get a little brown and a whole lot of, I don't say brownish red when I'm out in the sun, but it really doesn't really bother me as much. No, it never really bothers me.
Majority of those who have succumbed to heat-related conditions are white.
But the thing is, I can't play this no more. If you want to watch the rest of it, be my guest. They go to title, they go to channel. Yeah, I'm not gonna play no more of this. But I gotta stick to the subject. Yeah, man, the Lord is plaguing these devils when it comes to the heat. And I'm already about tired of talking about the fires. Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 7. And the Lord Yahweh thy God will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, that persecute thee. Yeah, man, you're going to have some Israelites going to get jacked up by this the sun and stuff. Because you're going to have Israelites that look like Edomites. That's red as can be. Hold on. And then you got people who got that albino. Or them, what them other folks? They got Argalago. They got a certain high stage of Argalago. Whatever you call that shit. Virgalago, I think. I think it's Virgalago. When first it was like dark light bro right here. And all of a sudden their skin starts changing. The spots showing up. Either they was already born that way. Or either it started developing over time when they got older and older. And some people just straight up, their melanin is gone. First they were melanated like this dude. And then they got to the age of 20. That shit start fading away. And they're just completely gone. Heck yeah, you're going to have people like, even their hair color goes away. Yeah, you end up having leprosy. Or clean leprosy. But anyway, these are curses are mainly on the enemies of Israel, you Edomites. So take that.
When your home feels clean and happy.
The people inside feel clean and happy too.
We make junk.
I want to say something. It's just fucking retarded how people shame you just because you're light. Now, it's stupid. I mean, you light for a reason. The Lord made you that way, but they don't want to believe that shit. They don't want to believe that the Lord gave you, like say, made you be light, or either lack of melanin. Yeah. Or made you, gave you melanin. It's the Lord. It's just people just fucking stupid. Anyway, I just want to bring that out. It's like anything you born with is it's like it's your fault. oh, you lack of having something is your fault. No, it's the Lord that gave you all that stuff. And these people fucking stupid not to even accept and believe that. And that's why the Lord will plague you. One of the many reasons why the Lord plaguing these motherfuckers in this world. So they stupid.
Go to the sector.
Now they're at Spain, so we already seen enough fire in Spain. Let me see how far they go and talk about. Yeah, they still talking about fires in Spain. Alright, let's get to the next video. Missouri, they go to the states. Babylon the Great.
Tools from Harbor Freight are doing hard work in...
Let's see what's going on.
Why don't you text them and tell them we're on the roof?
A catastrophic flash flooding disaster has struck southeastern Missouri, triggering a state of emergency, dozens of dramatic water rescues, and a desperate search
They off the boat.
for survivors after a campground building collapsed into raging floodwaters.
Goddamn, a roof packed full of Edomites. Man. Man, them niggas getting plagued, bro. The Lord is getting back at you, motherfuckers. No matter where y'all live.
The disaster began late Thursday night into
This look, yeah, that looked like it was a camp. And that river got overflowed. I don't know.
early Friday morning when a slow-moving cold front unleashed torrential, almost unimaginable rainfall across Reynolds and Iron counties.
There we go. See you in a minute.
Meteorologists confirmed that between 6 and 12 inches of rain fell in just a matter of hours, with some isolated spots picking up more than 12 inches since the storms began. The National Weather Service described the event as a 1 in 1,000 year rainfall, a statistical benchmark reserved for the most extreme and rare flooding events imaginable. Say between 10 and 17 people had climbed onto the roof of the structure, waiting to be rescued when the building gave way beneath them.
Hold on, what happened?
Reportedly collapsed into the floodwaters on Friday afternoon. Officials say between 10 and 17 people.
Westerville.
Alright, well anyway, I guess some people, I don't know if they dead or not, but anyway, they got swept away when the building gave.
He's exhausted, like, he can't even...
Yeah, they ain't nothing but Edomites.
Damn.
Or people that appear to look like one.
During the operations, 2 rescue boats capsized in the fast-moving current, though all responders on board were pulled to safety downstream by fellow crews, with no serious injuries reported. Tragically, the flooding has not been without loss. In nearby Crawford County, which also experienced severe flash flooding, a woman in her 20s remains missing after last being seen near the town of Davisville. Search efforts for her continue. In response to the escalating crisis, Missouri Governor...
All right, let's get to the next video.
A dangerous weather weekend on tap for tens of millions of Americans. The threat of severe weather, including damaging winds, large hail, and flash flooding, stretches from the desert Southwest all the way to the mid-Atlantic. In southern Missouri, a state of emergency was declared when up to a foot of rain fell in areas where popular areas with campers and boaters. Usher Qureshi is in St. Louis this morning. Usher, good morning.
Good morning, Kelly. Well, the flooding here was historic. Forecasters are calling it a 1-in-1,000-year rainfall event. The rain came so fast and so hard it caught many by surprise, necessitating hundreds of rescues. An overnight deluge posing a danger to first responders about 85 miles south of St. Louis. Officials in Reynolds County say they carried out more than 90 water rescues.
That's very good. No.
This video appears to show Missouri Highway Patrol officers abandoning their boat after it struck a submerged power line. Rescuers found
they want to get electrocuted.
This group of campers perched atop their vehicles.
Well, hell, the power was already been cut off. Yeah, they ain't gonna hell. Then look how close they are to that electric line. So yeah.
Missouri Governor Mike Kehoe activated the National Guard. 8 military choppers were used to safely evacuate more than 200 children and counselors from a summer camp. The flooding leaving several major roads impassable. The dangerous weather isn't just in the nation's midsection. A fast-moving wildfire in a remote area of Los Angeles County is prompting evacuation orders. The fire sparked Friday afternoon under dry and hot conditions and quickly swelled to more than 2,200 acres. It comes as much of the western half of the country wakes up today under heat warnings. That includes Phoenix, where the low temperature today will be in the 90s. Since May 1st, the city's fire department has responded to over 400 heat-related calls.
We got 2 full months of this ahead of us, and it's really, when you look at the numbers, July and August is where we get these critical days.
Now back here in Missouri, one person is still unaccounted for. Meanwhile, the Black River, which crested overnight at a record nearly 29 feet.
All right, that's it for that. Let's get to the next one.
A powerful thunderstorm blasted through Edmonton Friday evening, leaving behind downed
in Canada.
Trees, road
Canada, Edmonton, I don't know.
Closures and power outages. Inglewood, Garneau, Glenora, Baldwin, Abbotsfield, and Alberta Avenue were just some neighborhoods affected by the outage. Weather is listed as the cause for several of those outages by the power company. EPCOR's Power Outages website said power will be restored to those neighborhoods later Friday night and early Saturday morning. A spokesperson for the Edmonton Police Service said the storm has caused several road closures along Yellowhead Trail because of flooding. Police are also asking Edmontonians to avoid calling the non-emergency complaint line unless the matter is urgent, as police respond to calls related to the recent storm. The storm came after Environment Canada issued several tornado and thunderstorm warnings around Edmonton earlier that day. A brief tornado warning was issued at 5:34 p.m. for parts of Parkland and Yellowhead counties.
Every year, billions of plastic supplement and pharmaceutical bottles are disposed of worldwide.
The alert lifted for Parkland County at 5:49 p.m. and Yellowhead County at 6:27 p.m. The tornado warnings were one of several issued by Environment Canada during the past 3 days. One of those tornadoes touched down in Dilberry Lake Provincial Park Wednesday evening, sending 3 people to the hospital. An Environment Canada meteorologist told CBC News that Alberta can expect more tornado-related activity in the next 6 weeks. Radar the evening of July 10th showed the storm's heaviest core over St. Albert and pushing east toward Edmonton, with heavy returns stretching back through Spruce Grove and Stony Plain to the west and up toward Morinville to the north. Environment Canada warns the strongest cells can bring large hail, damaging winds, and torrential rain, with an isolated tornado not ruled out. The cells are moving fast, so warnings are being issued and expiring within the hour. The most reliable thing you can do tonight is check the alert for your own community. The storm is hitting the western and northern parts of the Edmonton region hardest as it tracks through. St. Albert took the most intense part of the...
I don't know that. What else we got? Korea.
내려가는 것을 확인했었습니다. 그리고 계속 따라가다가 물살에 휩쓸리면서 저희들이 그 순간을 놓쳤다고 합니다.
뭉쳐서 그냥 가만히 방 안겼었단 게 나오도 못 오고. 그때 아그들도 서울서 나오지 말고 하시라고 여기 다리가 그냥 넘친다 간다고.
해마다 지금 일단은 여기까지 공사를 전설 공사를 하고 나서도 지금 해결이 안 되고 있다. 이게 큰 문제라고 하죠.
What is this? Oh.
Nearly 1 million people are fleeing. Fishing fleets have returned to port. Windows are boarded up. Now, Super Typhoon Bavi is closing in on China's eastern coast, bringing towering waves, destructive winds, and the threat of catastrophic flooding. For hundreds of thousands, the race is no longer to prepare, but to get out. More than 900,000 people have been evacuated across eastern China as Typhoon Bavi barrels towards the country's coastline, threatening widespread flooding, destructive winds, and dangerous storm surges. According to Chinese authorities, the powerful storm is expected to make landfall between Taizhou in Zhejiang province and Fuding in Fujian province early on July 12th.
I thought it already came. I don't know. It's weird. Some videos talking about they're talking about this typhoon like it already hit these areas of Asia. But it didn't hit the area yet.
State broadcaster CCTV reported that more than 500,000 residents have been evacuated from Zhejiang province.
Well, I'm talking about, yeah, when it comes to typhoon, there's so much area, so much massive land over there in that region, like, what is it, Pacific? Or anyway, Pacific Ocean. When you're going to have many people reporting about the typhoon hitting this part of the country and this part of the country. Anyway.
Over 100.
Sorry, I'm not making any sense right now because I don't know what the hell going on with me.
1,000 people from neighboring Fujian province, while authorities in Beijing and Wenzhou also relocated hundreds
I need to slow down my speech. I'm talking too fast. I'm all hyped up and shit.
Thousands ahead of the storm. The China National Meteorological Center upgraded Bavi to a severe typhoon and issued an orange typhoon alert on July 11th. According to the forecast, the storm was packing force 14 maximum sustained winds as it moved rapidly towards China's eastern coast. The Ministry of Natural Resources, in a statement carried by Global Times on July 11th, warned that waves of 9 to 13 meters are expected in the southern part of the East China Sea.
Watch baseball all season long. Catch the action live with YouTube TV. Terms apply. Cancel anytime.
Under the influence of Typhoon Bavi, waves of 9 to 13 meters are forecast in the southern East China Sea from Saturday morning to Sunday morning. The northern East China Sea is expected to see waves of 5 to 8 meters, while waves of 4 to 6 meters are forecast in the Taiwan Straits. An orange alert remains in effect for offshore waves.
Authorities have launched large-scale emergency measures. In Xiaguan town of Zhejiang, CCTV reported that the town's entire population of more than 10,000 people has been evacuated because of the threat posed by powerful winds. In the coastal city of Wenzhou, residents rushed to secure homes and businesses before the storm's arrival. Windows were reinforced with tape, hundreds of
tape? You use boards, man.
Handbags were stacked outside waterfront shops, tourist attractions and ferry services were suspended, while ships remained anchored safely in port.
I came from my place and took a bus here. At first, there was no rain. When I was in the bus, the rain became intensified. It's okay. The wind hasn't picked up yet. It might be more powerful at night. In the daytime, it is okay. When I came out, I was asked why I came out on a typhoon day. I said I have to go to my mom's place, otherwise I won't come out. It might make landfall in Wenzhou tonight, near Kangnan. We have prepared water and vegetables at home since yesterday. It might affect us roughly for the next 2 days. So I am not that scared. We prepared something at home, but not that much.
Alright, anyway, if you want to watch the rest of it, be my guest, they go to title, they go channel. Shit, this typhoon gonna be hitting this, I guess this area around the, what they said, the 12th tomorrow. Anyway, let's see what this is about. Japan. Bought up all the food. Bought up all the food. What the hell? This is fish? I don't know. I didn't buy it up. They just probably put it away or something, because yeah, the storm coming, it's gonna take the power out, so you don't want to have this damn fish and anything that got to be refrigerated or frozen be you know, you gotta, I don't know, you don't want to have that shit in no grocery stores and ain't got no backup or whatever the fuck. Anyway, it's gonna go spoil if the power goes out at the grocery store. But whatever, I guess that's the reason why they ain't have it out display. Damn, the wind was so strong it blew his front end off the car. Or it ripped the front end off the car. I don't know.
Better. That's what I came.
Alright, that's it. I ain't gonna play too much because I got so many videos to go.
Clear the way.
I get to the next one.
哇，杭州人集体出逃了嘛，就像春运一样了。
Wow, did people in Hangzhou leave the city all at once? It looks like the Chinese New Year travel rush. Is it because the typhoon is coming tomorrow or the day after tomorrow? Everyone is leaving. Look, wow, there are people everywhere. It's packed.
给大家看了啊，机场不用来了。
Everyone, there's no need to come to the airport anymore. You can't even get inside. The airport is already full.
Everyone has evacuated. Look, the sandbags are ready. All the doors and windows have been sealed.
I know some people can't even leave out of here because they ain't got enough carbon credits or social credit scores or whatever the fuck you call it. Their credit is too low. They can't leave. Shit.
The massive Category 13 Typhoon Barbie is approaching. Millions of people in Zhejiang and Shanghai are evacuating. Train stations, airports, and bus stations are packed with people trying to leave.
For this typhoon,
yeah, they probably would be on some bullshit. They'll be like, anybody who has enough, if you can say you got less than 500 whatever credit scores, you can, if you got more than 500 credit score, you can evacuate if you can. But if you got less, you got to stay your ass here in China and get blown away by the twisters and winds and typhoons and shit and get drowned by the floods. Sorry, you got to stay here. You're not eligible to leave.
They have really spent a lot of money on preparations. If even these steel coils can be blown away, that would be a huge problem.
According to Chinese state media reports, this year's 9th typhoon Barbie has an enormous cloud system with a diameter of more than 1,500 kilometers. It has been described as a giant among typhoons. It quickly strengthens into a super typhoon and unusually maintains its strength for 138 hours. Barbie is expected to move toward the east coast of China. It may make landfall around the coastal area between Wenling, Zhejiang, and Xiapu, Fujian in the early morning of July 12. It could become the strongest typhoon to make landfall in China this year. After making landfall, it is expected to move inland and bring strong winds and heavy rain to more than 10 provinces, including Fujian, Zhejiang, Jiangxi, Hubei, Anhui, Jiangsu, Henan, and Shandong. Its impact is expected to be significant.
What kind of stupid shit was that? They open up the door?
Coastal province.
They open up the door?
Jiangsu, Henan, including Fujian, Zhejiang, Jiangxi, Hubei, Anhui, Jiangsu, Henan.
Well, they tried to close the door. I don't know. Oh, and I paused the video 1 minute 44 seconds. All praise about Shemam Shah, the body about Shemam Shah. Anyway.
And Shandong. Its impact is expected to be significant. Coastal provinces including Zhejiang, Shanghai, and Fujian are on high alert.
Yeah. Well, anyway, since this ad came up, see what's going on in India.
Well, India's monsoon has once again exposed the fragile infrastructure of its biggest cities. From Delhi and Noida to Gurugram, Mumbai and Bengaluru, roads have turned into rivers after just hours of rain. And despite early promises and massive civic spending, the same question returns every monsoon. Is this simply extreme weather or a failure of urban planning? Well, in India's capital, New Delhi, key roads and metro stations, entrances that were submerged, which triggered traffic stalls and disruptions for daily commuters. Delhi Chief Minister and PWD Minister inspects waterlogging hotspots. Officials say that in most cases, waterlogging was cleared within 15 to 30 minutes, depending on rainfall intensity and site conditions. Gurugram witnessed severe flooding on major stretches of NH48, with vehicles breaking down. Commuters stranded for hours and emergency teams deployed across vulnerable locations. On Wednesday itself, the city recorded 115 mm of rainfall over the last 33 hours. And civic body claims permanent drainage solutions are underway. Meanwhile, in Noida, a road in Sector 73 collapsed after heavy rain, while flooded underpasses and waterlogged residential sectors affected movement across the city. In Mumbai, recurring flooding on roads and railway corridors has once again raised concerns over the city's aging drainage infrastructure during peak monsoon. In Bengaluru, inundated roads, overflowing drains and flooded tech corridors have continued to disrupt one of India's biggest IT hubs after heavy downpours. Across these cities, the visuals may look different, but the story remains strikingly similar. Experts say that large areas that once absorbed rainwater, they have been replaced by concrete roads, buildings and parking spaces. Natural lakes, wetlands and floodplains have either shrunk or disappeared altogether due to rapid urbanization. As a result, rainwater has nowhere to go, and in many cities, stormwater drains were designed decades ago for much smaller populations and lower rainfall. Many drains remain clogged with plastic waste, construction debris and silt despite annual desilting drives. In several places, stormwater drains are also connected to sewage networks, reducing their capacity during heavy rain. Our governments say that they are responding. New Delhi, Noida and Gurugram have deployed emergency pumps, quick response teams and engineers on the ground. Authorities are inspecting vulnerable locations, clearing drains and setting up helplines. But these measures largely address the immediate crisis rather than the underlying causes. Urban planners argue that cities need modern drainage networks, protection of lakes and wetlands, stricter control over encroachments, scientific urban planning, and better coordination between civic agencies. For India's fastest growing cities, waterlogging is increasingly becoming not just a seasonal inconvenience, but a test of urban resilience. Well, India's monsoon has once again exposed the fragile infrastructure of its biggest cities. From Delhi and Noida to Gurugram, Mumbai and Bengaluru, roads have turned into rivers after just hours of rain. And despite early promises and massive civic spending, the same question returns every monsoon. Is this simply extreme weather or a failure of urban planning? Well, in India's capital, New Delhi, key roads and metro stations, entrances that were submerged, which triggered traffic stalls and disruptions for daily commuters. Delhi Chief Minister and PWD Minister inspects waterlogging hotspots. Officials say that in most cases, waterlogging was cleared within 15 to 30 minutes, depending on rainfall intensity and site conditions. Gurugram witnessed severe flooding on major stretches of NH48, with vehicles breaking down, commuters stranded for hours and emergency teams deployed across vulnerable locations. On Wednesday itself, the city recorded 115 mm of rainfall over the last 33 hours. And civic body claims permanent drainage solutions are underway. Meanwhile, in Noida, a road in Sector 73 collapsed after heavy rain, while flooded underpasses and waterlogged residential sectors affected movement across the city. In Mumbai, recurring flooding on roads and railway corridors has once again raised concerns over the city's aging drainage infrastructure during peak monsoon. In Bengaluru, inundated roads, overflowing drains and flooded tech corridors have continued.
Anyway. It said China shaken by 13 earthquakes in one day. Hail, floods, tornadoes leave the whole nation in ruins. The players of Yahweh Shema Shah kicking more ass butt. And all these other countries and these other nations. Damn right. And kicking you Israelite butts. Mainly the 2/3. I pray the Lord have mercy on me. You better hope and pray the Lord have mercy on you. But he's shaking, flooding, goddamn blowing your ass away. Man, right, even electrocuting your ass with thunderbolts.
During July, China has been seeing natural disasters and accidents almost every day. While the flooding in places like Guangxi has not ended, Gaoxian County, Yibin City, Sichuan Province, was hit by 13 earthquakes within 2 days. According to the China Earthquake Network Center, a magnitude 4.8 earthquake struck Gaoxian County, Yibin City in Sichuan on the morning of July 9th. The quake had a depth of 6 kilometers, followed by a magnitude 5.1 earthquake and another 3.2 earthquake in the same area. In addition, at around noon on July 9th, a magnitude 3.7 earthquake hit Aksu Prefecture, Xinjiang. This earthquake had a depth of 22 kilometers. Earlier, on July 8th, Yibin had already recorded 10 earthquakes, with the 2 strongest reaching magnitude 5. This means Yibin City experienced a total of 13 earthquakes within just 2 days. Some people online said, "I'm really terrified by the shaking. I'm even starting to feel anxious from earthquake fear. It feels like everything is shaking all the time, and I feel dizzy." Another person said, "The earthquakes are happening so frequently. I'm really scared. I'm afraid a major earthquake could come." Videos circulating online from July 8th show buildings in Yibin shaking violently. Many residents rushed outside to seek safety. Some buildings showed cracks in their exterior walls. Sections of walls appeared shifted out of place, and tiles fell across the ground. Local residents were so frightened that some fled their homes wearing only pajamas. People living on floors above 10 stories said the shaking felt like they were on a swing. After the earthquake, people in Chengdu and Chongqing reported feeling strong tremors. Some said the shaking woke them up. One local resident said, "This place is no longer suitable for people to live in."
Why spread your money across multiple prediction markets when you don't have to? Access the 3 major U.S. prediction.
It's already the 4th earthquake. There was one at 4 a.m. this morning, another at 5, another at 6, and then it happened again just now. The shaking was very obvious. It was definitely above magnitude 4. It's terrifying. I really can't stay here anymore. It has left me extremely...
You can't stay there anymore. Well, it doesn't really matter where you stay. It's going to be everywhere around the world. Plagues. Plagues, plagues, plagues.
Frightened.
There's always the women that's so scared. Hey, men gonna be afraid too.
I was about to take a shower and go to bed. Then I was woken up by the shaking while I was asleep. There was another earthquake just now. It's really frustrating. Local people said, "It's so scary. My heart had just started to calm down after the last few days, and today I'm terrified again." Another person said, "My legs went weak. I checked the surveillance camera at my hometown, and seeing my parents run outside at that moment was heartbreaking." Another comment said, "There were 7 or 8 earthquakes within just a few dozen minutes. The shaking was so intense that people felt completely disoriented." Before the earthquake, people online claimed there were unusual signs in the area, including
animals, birds,
birds flying in confusion, fish jumping out of the water, and
some omens.
strange clouds appearing in the sky. After
some signs, signs.
the earthquake, the water in a small natural stream surrounded by bamboo forests in Yibing suddenly turned an unusual red color. A witness named He told Chinese media that the water had originally been clear enough to see the bottom, but while people were playing in the stream, the water gradually turned red.
Look like it's orange.
Authorities have not yet provided an
It changed colors.
explanation. On June 29th, a shallow magnitude 5.5 earthquake.
Esau come on some explanation, some scientific explanation. The DNA molecules of the brain water elements went to split off in 2 pieces and then got back together and electrified the electrons of the water and the electrolytes of the what the fuck ever, nigga. Just made up bullshit. It's the Lord.
Also struck Yibin. Strong tremors were felt in many areas, including Chengdu and Chongqing. Buildings shook violently, and many residents rushed outdoors for safety. Surveillance footage showed fish suddenly jumping around and leaping out of the water, while cats and dogs ran around in panic. Before the earthquake, unusual scenes were also reported in the skies over Yibin. On the night of June 28th, locals filmed large numbers of swallows flying around in the air. The birds also gathered on power lines and did not return to their nests even at night. With multiple earthquakes in Yibin, some people have questioned whether the
The animal going crazy, bro. They like, oh shit, pandemonium for your pets.
frequent tremors could be related to a local shale gas development. Public information shows that areas including Changning County.
If an earthquake took place, I want to see my dog acting like a fool. She probably gonna whatever. She be knocking shit over trying to get on out of here.
Gongxian County and Xingwen County in Yibin.
Alright, anyway, I ain't gonna play no more. If you want to watch the rest of it, be my guest. Go to title, that go to channel. I got enough of talking about the typhoons and such, and talk about the earthquakes. And I'm gonna get to the scriptures, Lord willing.
University of Phoenix has no tuition games, just fixed and affordable tuition.
Hi everyone, I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for joining me. Well, have you felt this small swarm of earthquakes that's been going on there by Coppola, Northern California? There was several foreshocks, and I often talk about foreshocks that could be an indicator of something much larger coming, which did. There has been a magnitude 4.4, but there was 3 foreshocks prior to this, a 2.7, a 2.5, and a 3.8, which all happened within a half an hour of each other. And then came the magnitude 4.4.
I'm gonna stop right there, because that's all I need to know. Earthquakes happened. Wasn't no big earthquakes, but it was still earthquakes in California. Let's get to the next one. But there was a big earthquake that happened here a couple weeks ago. And then it's got somebody who survived the earthquake being interviewed. I guess it's the building that that person was living in. Shit.
Y tenía una columna aquí y la saqué. Lo que como la saqué, la pasé por encima de mí, abrí las piernas y la puse para el otro lado. Y del otro lado donde yo tenía los pies estaba la pared del techo. Terminamos de practicar el baile y vamos a comenzar el otro. Y Gonzalo me pide buscar agua a mi edificio, a mi apartamento. Entonces yo subo al piso 3 y nada, no llego, me veo en el espejo, saludo a la perrita, no llego ni a llenar el bote de agua cuando empieza a temblar así. Y después cuando empieza a temblar duro me pongo en el marco de la puerta y fueron 7 segundos, o sea menos, un poquito tiempo. Y nada, yo de repente estaba así, se parte el techo a la mitad, así como así, más cerca de la ventana, y yo caigo hacia abajo, pues, y está todo oscuro. universidad. Sí. Es fuerte, pues, porque fue muy inesperado y justo estábamos hablando de que no nos íbamos a ver más después de la graduación. Estábamos hablando de que Gonzalo se parecía a su papá, que cuando iba a ser viejo iba a tener canas y todo eso. Y siempre jóvenes, ya siempre jóvenes. Pero los quiero mucho y por lo menos sé que muchos no sufrieron. Isabela, yo la conocí de toda la vida.
Como no sé qué hacer, lo que quiero es pasarla bien. Curiosamente yo seguiré contigo aquí como un perro.
That's Jake. That's Eve. Those are Israelites. Shit.
Yo pensé que todos se habían muerto porque, o sea, no sabía dónde estaba, no sabía si estaba arriba, si estaba abajo.
Let me start right there. You want to watch the rest of it, they go to title, they go to channel. Cause yeah, I'm already about past 1 hour and about some minutes. Let's get to Nahum chapter 1 verse 3. The Lord Yahweh is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. So all this destruction and disasters is to punish the 2/3 of Israel and you heathens. The Lord Yahweh will have his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, the clouds of the dust of his feet. Isaiah chapter 28 verse 2. Behold, the Lord Yahweh by Shema shall have a mighty and strong one, which has a tempest of hell and a destroying storm as a flood of mighty waters overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with the hand. Isaiah chapter 29 verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. Yep. I keep thinking I'm done. No, I ain't done yet. I got 3 more to go. I just picked one up not too long ago. It won't take long. We almost done. But the Lord ain't done with these plagues.
What if you could print?
Hold on, let me pause that video. Make sure you heard me loud and clear. The Lord, I'm almost done with this video, but the Lord ain't done with these plagues. They just begun.
Every idea to life.
Breaking news, there is a boil water advisory for the entire city of East Point. The East Point Water Resources Department did not say why it is issuing the warning, other than that it is a precautionary advisory. It encourages anyone living in the city to boil water for at least 1 minute before drinking, cooking, or using it to brush your teeth. It also encourages you to use bottled water instead. You can wash your hands with...
They ain't telling you why? Well...
soap and water as normal. And when East Point shares more about...
telling you that's maybe some kind of parasite in the water, bacteria in the water, I don't know.
About the boil water advisory, we will bring it to you on air, online, and on AtlantaNewsFirst.com. Make sure you download the free Atlanta News First app to get an alert right on your phone when the advisory is lifted.
A visit to the beach might come with a warning. Public health officials say bacteria levels are causing a health alert at some
bacteria in that water.
Popular LA beaches. Could your favorite spot be on the list? We go live to Fox 11's Matthew Seedorf in Santa Monica. Matthew.
Christine, big crowds out here trying to beat the heat today. Not everyone getting those warnings. As millions pack LA County beaches to escape the heat, signs are up along some of the coast warning of high bacteria levels associated with fecal contamination.
I smelled something walking up, but when you're in California, I'm just ignoring it.
This family from Buffalo visiting the Santa Monica Pier, now avoiding the water. Swimming wasn't in the plan for today. There are signs out here warning of high bacteria levels, but a lot of people aren't seeing them.
What does that mean exactly? Like,
it means you might be on the toilet for a while.
Yeah, it's time to go. And
it's a little cold when you first get in, but it's nice.
Blake Severson had been swimming.
That's foul.
Until we showed him the warning.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not getting back in. That's disgusting.
There's over 6...
Even Esau telling you this shit is disgusting. Wow.
650,000 gastrointestinal diseases attributed to swimming in this water right here annually. That doesn't bother you. I don't know what will.
Ashley Olsen with the California Coastal Alliance regularly tests ocean water.
You can smell it right now. you can
smell.
But
why does it stink like that? Maybe because it's killing off all the shit eaters, the bottom feeders. Now the bottom feeders are dying fast. The sea creatures, I mean, you see all the land and air creatures dying off, but what about the sea creatures? Really, nobody don't report about that. You'll see them. You'll see animals the sea creatures being beached. And you don't hear a lot about it, but it does happen. Whales and all that shit. Fish die-offs. They don't even have to be in the ocean. They could be in a sea, because seas are different from oceans. But then also fish die off on rivers, ponds, and shit. There's a lot of stuff. Yeah, man. The earth is mourning because the wicked bear fruit, and the wicked is getting more wickeder. And the creatures and everybody else is mourning even more and dying even more. And these niggas gotta come to this shit gotta come to an end. The Lord gonna make it happen. We just gotta be patient.
Like poop.
She says all that poop. It smell like shit because there's no shit eaters in the ocean to take care of it. Filters. What do they call them? The oysters. They're filtered to the ocean.
Ends up on our beaches can come from miles away. Fox 11 has previously reported on pollution concerns across the area, from the Boyle Heights warehouse fire, some kind of poison in that, to herbicides sprayed into waterways, and a hazmat cleanup from an encampment inside an LA.
Yeah, I remember that. Eve living on the ground in a sewage drainage, whatever the fuck. What the fuck?
The city's storm drain.
Everything that's on our street, all the trash, all the poop, is going down our storm drains and directly untreated onto our beaches and into the ocean.
Nah, it's much greater than that. Hell. Well, anyway.
To be really conscientious.
Bacteria warnings now posted at several popular LA County beaches
It's
with
just
large.
Pretty much the whole earth is becoming a wasteland because the wicked ruling the world.
Crowds expected this weekend.
You would think that they have something to keep the fight the bacteria.
Just because a beach is open doesn't.
The world being ran by wicked ass niggas. They have no regard for this shit. Yeah, they like, y'all niggas living all that stinking ass shit. We gonna be living there. But sooner or later, this shit's gonna affect them as well too. No matter how far they live. Yeah, cause these niggas living on their private island or private land where the water is clear blue, and meanwhile you people are swimming in poo and smelling it too. Yeah, eventually that shit gonna make it to their neck of the woods over that private island. But anyway, I hope what I'm saying makes sense. And pretty much we gotta these niggas need to go, man.
I mean, the water is safe. Definitely check before you go.
That water ain't safe and the damn sure ain't clean. Shit. And man, at the time I wasn't in my right mind when you know, you go to the beach. Before I was in the troop, you go to the beach. I only want to put my feet in the water. But now I don't even want to do that. Hell no. Now in this shit with the Georgia coastline, the beaches in Georgia, I'm like, no, I'd rather not. Not even in Florida, like going out to Key West, and that's different. Because the waters are blue. There's not much, it's not much shit jumped in they dumping in the water, and the oil from the ship train. I don't know what the fuck they do. I don't even know how this shit turned brown and dirty, but it's happening. But anyway, it's getting even worse. Let me get to the last video.
It looks like we may be entering a new Dust Bowl period. There was a historic.
There's so many Dust Bowls happening. Oh, not Dust Bowl, but all these sandstorms occurring.
Dust Bowl back in the
This is something yesterday, but still.
1930s, and that caused major environmental disaster all across the U.S., the Great Plains, and they're saying a new one looks to be springing up. I'm going to say this is because they engineered it this way.
Oh, man, come on, bro. Who gives a fuck? It's the Lord that done this. And you got to seek the Lord. Shit, don't give a man no fucking credit. Yeah, they got some shit they engineered. What the fuck ever, nigga. It's the Lord that's bringing all these plagues, nigga.
Get drought.
I get fucking tired of this shit. I don't even want to mention that Esau got a weather manipulation machine. I don't even want to mention an earthquake machine. I don't even want to mention that. I don't want to mention it. I just want to say the Lord is doing this or allowing it to happen.
Then we have several heat domes that have worked across the United States, with a big one set to hit the Northeast again here within the week. And the warnings being put out now about the diseases that they're saying that's being spread in this environment. You can see the reduced air quality in the middle there. Now, you tie in all the smoke from the fires with the dust and the particles that are already in the air getting kicked up. This is creating a very bad situation. They are calling these deadly fungal swarms that can end up leading to a lung infection, causing all types of problems, flu-like symptoms, fever, cough, headaches, but it can get severe, and it can start to shut down organs, affect the bones, and even become fatal. This illness skyrocketing in California, Nevada, Arizona, Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, Texas, and we also have a mysterious situation out of the Grand Canyon, where many people that have gone into the Grand Canyon in the past few months have reported coming out and then falling ill. Lack of energy, lethargic, flu-like symptoms, aching body, infections. So a lot of weird things going on in terms of that, but this is pretty widespread. Wanted to put the heads up out there, let it be known. I'll leave a link with more information. Follow me on X and join me for the live streams Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Anyway, Matthew chapter 24, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. We got wars going on. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So it's just the beginning. And it's going to get worse. So it's best for you to seek Yahweh Shema Shah, man. For mercy and help. And strength. Second Ezra chapter 16 verse 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh, and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son with 2 or 3 hours of her birth great pains compares a womb which pains. When the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. So it's worldwide. That's why I'm reporting news of all these destruction plagues that happening worldwide. So for all you Israelites that's worldwide, scattered worldwide, hey man, seek the Lord by seeking his prophets and take heed what they say, and try to build a spiritual mental relationship with Yahweh Shema Shah by praying Yahweh Shema Shah, praising Yahweh Shema Shah, worship Yahweh Shema Shah, fearing Yahweh Shema Shah, repenting Yahweh Shema Shah. And I mean, you got to do all those things in order to receive mercy from Yahweh Shema Shah. You know, receive anything from Yahweh Shema Shah, and try to be as, you know, try to do the best you can do. But yeah, man, to all the men out there pushing this truth and nothing but the truth, in the name, spirit, and the power of Yahweh Shema Shah, keep on preaching, keep on teaching, keep your faith and trust strong, Yahweh Shema Shah, stay humble. And for you few sisters out there taking heed, keep your faith and trust strong, Yahweh Shema Shah, stay humble, stay in order with your man. If you ain't got no man, stay in order, Yahweh Shema Shah. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom.